to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
Welcome to Fifth Street Sports, folks. It's Wednesday afternoon here in Las Vegas, Nevada, 1 p.m. We got big blustery winds last night. I think there was 50-mile-an-hour winds. But it's a beautiful day. We're on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. We're also on iHeart, American Forces Network, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. I got my co-hosts, Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick. We got a great show for you today. We're going to start off. We're going to touch a little bit about, we didn't have a very good day yesterday, boys.
We're just getting warmed up.
It happens.
Frank, what is your definition of blustery? What's the minimum requirements for a blustery day?
Well, in Vegas, I would say 35 or above, 35-mile-an-hour winds or above.
I would agree with that. I might even go as low as 30.
Yeah, it's blowing up to 50, 55. Everything in the backyard is all over the place. Vegas can't handle real bad rain or weather or wind for very sustained periods.
Right, you get dirt. You get dirt in your teeth, don't you?
That, and all the palm trees. We got a lot of mulberry trees. The allergies get real bad out here.
Oh, yeah. What I was going to say, Frank, is don't let that dog of yours outside. She might just blow away. I don't know if can handle the 50-mile-per-hour winds.
Oh no, he doesn't like it when it's more than 20 miles an hour or under 45 degrees. He won't go outside. But guys,
I understand why.
Are you calling Jax? You calling Jax a she?
Sorry, Frank. It's a boy. Yeah, Jack's a boy.
Careful with that.
Oh yeah, he's a spoiled little boy. But he's 3-1 in Super Bowl this year. I was very disappointed. He went to the New England hat first, and then he looked at it for about 15 seconds, was smelling it, and then he went over there, picked up the other hat, brought it back, and it was the Rams. So he's 3-1. But guys, we got a great show. You guys want to talk a little bit more about these entrance exams? Now the children that went in there are saying that they weren't even aware that their parents were doing this.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. It sounds good.
Yeah, when we come back, guys, and also the Cleveland Brownies. Right back, folks. Got to take a break.
Improve visibility and save $8 instantly when you replace your worn wiper blades with a pair of Bosch Icon wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get premium blades that ensure clear vision, plus earn double points on this purchase during O Rewards Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
And now today's Bob Evans foodie lesson, nostalgic eating. Did you know there's a strong link between sense and emotional memory? The smell of different foods can evoke vivid and detailed emotional memories of our past. For example, the scent of a deep-fried corn dog may remind us of a state fair in the summer. Because odor-evoked memories tend to be positive, the smell improves the mood and produces feelings of social connectedness. And now a word from Bob Evans.
You're the family chef, but with homework, practices, email, getting a good meal on the table is tough. Sometimes the best choice is the easy choice. Delicious Bob Evans mashed potatoes and mac and cheese, made with ingredients like real milk, butter, potatoes, and cheese. Bob Evans sides are ready in the microwave in 6 minutes, and they're the perfect complement to any meal. Once your family tries them, it'll be love at first bite. Get Bob Evans sides today in the refrigerated section at your favorite grocery store.
Bob Evans. Down on the farm. It has been said that everyone has a book in them, but do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
My neighbors always ask me, "Hey Pete, how do you keep your yard so nice?"
Pete makes it simple with a Scott's Turf Builder feeding program. It's the best way to get the yard you want all year long, guaranteed. All it takes is 4 easy feedings. Just once in early spring, late spring, summer, and fall, providing nutrition and weed control to keep your lawn lush and green.
So, now you know my secret.
This is a Scott's Yard. Pick up a Scott's Turf Builder program today.
Fifth Street Sports, folks, we are back. I am joined with Florida Rick and Oklahoma Brian on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Guys, I got to bring in this story because it's got to, Brian, this got to make you happy because I know you're a Brownies fan. This Beckham, they just, they talked to the owner 13 days ago and he had anything, said that on the rumors on Beckham, he didn't know anything about it, this and that. 13 days later, he's gone. And all his extremities are intact. And as far as I know, the NFL, they didn't ban the forward pass. This guy's a great young player. Now Mayfield's going to have somebody to go to. Would you guys make the Browns the favorite there in that division?
I would, for sure. I know Rick still likes the Ravens a little bit, but I think by the time the dust settles, the Browns are clear front runner. Curious what you think, Rick.
Yeah, I agree with you. The Browns are clearly the front runner, in my opinion, too. Ravens would be the second, and of course the Steelers now seem to have almost been rebuilding mode, and the Bengals are, even below that. So it'll be a 2-team race, but I think the Browns have a more complete team. And while Lamar Jackson had a solid year as a rookie, I don't think he's really proven himself as an NFL quarterback. He still more resembles an college option quarterback, and I don't know if he can succeed in the NFL in the long term, especially taking all that pounding like he does with the thin frame he has. So, yeah, I think the Browns are clearly the front runner in that division. And boy, I don't know how much further behind the Patriots and Chargers they are right now. I mean, boy, they're almost right there. I could easily see the Browns winning, and the Chiefs, of course, the Patriots and Chiefs, and Chargers. But I could see them being right up with those 2 or 3 teams.
What's your guys' opinion on Antonio Brown coming over here to the Raiders?
Good luck. I know you're a Raider guy, right? Because you're a Las Vegas guy. I think he'll have a few big games because he's obviously a phenomenal talent, but I think he's a rotten teammate. And I don't expect it to work long term. I think when it's all said and done, I think it'll go pretty similar to most everything else that Gruden's touched during this tenure with the Raiders. I suspect they'll win 6-7 games, and he'll have an ugly departure from the Raiders when it's all said and done.
Well, no. He's coming to the Raiders next year. He was supposed to implode this team. Now, when you say the Raiders are coming to Vegas, I've liked the Raiders, been my favorite team since the mid-'60s with Darryl LaMonica and Warren Wells and Biletnikoff and all the guys. But I do believe after Gruden gets here and in another year of great draft choices, I think the NFL is going to actually flip after this Brady's gone into the Browns. You're going to see the Browns, the Raiders. I can't say Arizona. They were kind of okay. I think even the Lions may even be making the playoffs here anytime soon.
You're accusing me of day drinking. Is that right? I'm the day drinker. And you think the NFL is going to flip to the Lions and the Raiders.
And the Browns. If I would have told you that let's say after
You have one of those
last,
medicinal cards there that they're giving out in
Yeah.
Nevada?
I stopped by the dispensary on the way to work. No, no. But seriously, if 2 years ago I would have told you that in 3 years the playoffs are going to be stacked with the Browns, the Lions, the Raiders, Arizona, the Giants, you guys would have really thought that I was that had my medicinal marijuana card early, right?
Yeah, we I don't think any of those teams belong anywhere near the playoffs, with the exception of the Browns. I think the other 4 teams you mentioned are still going to be 4 of the bottom 6 teams in the NFL this coming year. Maybe we're wrong, and maybe you're onto something. But then again, the Cardinals may get Kyler Murray, and that could change everything. So we'll see about that next month.
Did you just say maybe you're on something?
Onto something. Onto something.
Onto something. No.
Okay, just checking.
No. Believe me, I voted no on the legalization of marijuana out here because I think that the people out here are dumb enough as it is. They don't need to be higher and dumber. But I did. I've been voting no even since they had it at DMV 5 years ago. I always voted no.
Okay.
Yeah, it does smell really bad. That's the one problem about being in Vegas now. When you're outside on the strip anywhere, boy, that smell does get to you. I have to admit. I don't touch that stuff, but boy, I don't mind it. But the smell, just awful.
It does. And then I always wondered though, because they drug tested you here in the casinos and the sportsbooks when you went to get a job, that now that it's legal, if THC came up in your urine or your hair, would that still, would that make you fail the drug test? I mean, it is now legal recreationally. If you were an employer, though, do you have the right to say, I don't want my dealers dealing blackjack when they're all high?
I think that it varies from state to state. Most states, it's a public safety issue. So school bus drivers and policemen, things like that, are usually excluded. I'm not sure if you could exclude a dealer, ironically.
No,
dealer.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, here's a guy dealing for $10,000 a hand, and the clubs just, the 9 of clubs looks like the 6 of spades. Yeah, come on. Yeah, you got to get on. Hey, but speaking of how these guys, like, they did it on Jersey Shore with Snooki, and then you say that there's a couple of talk shows or a couple of shows on TV where the guests sometimes they manufacture anger for ratings and to get the controversy going. Do you think that this Conor McGregor's latest stint there in Miami, where he got arrested for taking the cell phone and breaking it or stealing it, and he got a $15,000 bail, and it's a class 3 felony? Do you think he manufactures that anger for publicity?
I'm not familiar with the laws of the state of Florida. Is that might have to ask Rick? Is that actually a crime in Florida, Rick?
Yeah, it's a crime in Florida. I think it'd be a crime anywhere. I'm pretty sure.
But is it possible he's just a knucklehead? He's just a roid head and can't control himself?
I guess, but I thought that was brilliant. That whole thing that he started up with, Floyd Mayweather. The next thing you know, a UFC's guy's getting $75 million. I thought he was a brilliant marketeer. The way he caused all the controversy and everybody wanted to see it. But now, since then, he had that attack on the bus. Now in Florida, I think my wife says, no, Frank, it was a guy trying to take pictures of him with his cell phone, and he got in his face, and then Conor took his phone and broke it or stole it, and they arrested him. Or do you think that this guy really does have anger issues?
Well, he might have some anger issues. I think that's very possible. At what point? I mean, he's not a citizen. At what point does he have his immigration status changed so he can't even visit? You'd think he's got to be getting close to that point, right?
Yeah, I know he lives out here in Vegas, got a big, beautiful home, but I mean, I don't think it's marketing anymore. I think this guy really, really has a problem. And I was thinking about it. In your guys' opinion, in what sport do you think that anger is a good motivational thing, even the day of the game or before? I know it can't be in baseball or chess. You know what I mean? But do you believe that anger or even in college basketball, it cannot be a positive thing like UFC and that?
Yeah. I don't think anger's ever. I don't think ever could be a good thing.
What about defensive linemen?
It has to be has to be a controlled anger, because an uncontrolled anger is going to only lead to negative consequences. But yeah, I mean, all football players have to play with some sort of ferocity and anger in their minds, but they can't let it get out of control.
What about in sports talk radio? Is anger an asset? Do you think
Only in Oklahoma.
the angry, like, I actually think it's exercise, Rick, instead of being so mild mannered, if you could be the angry talk radio guy for one show.
I mean, I could try. I don't think I have it in me, though. I never really.
No. No, I don't think none of us do. I think we would look way too off character. But do you guys, maybe we should recruit an angry guy, to yell and scream at us and talk down to us.
Brian's got a guy in Oklahoma. You got a guy in Oklahoma, Brian.
I'll be the angry guy for the rest of the show. I'm just going to go on record. Let's see how it works out. I'm going to be angry.
Okay, well, guys, we got to take, in about 10 seconds, we got to take a break. All right, so when we come back, Brian, I'm going to serve you up an angry softball so you can go. Let's see how he
That's
does.
Bull crap.
Okay. We'll be right back, folks. Fifth Street Sports.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. That's 800-957-6063.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down. 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com, that's MYEVOZ.com, to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
Fifth Street Sports, folks. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Well, Brian, just another kick in the butt to your college programs. You know, this admissions thing and everything is starting to look like the new 737s that have been taken out of the air.
Yes. Who's had a worse week of PR? 730 Boeing or higher education?
Oof, gosh.
Well, that's a tough one.
That's a real tough one, but gosh, man.
Tell me what where you were going in the intro today. You said that these kids are now saying that they didn't know about these.
That's the latest thing, and I was actually watching through some of that lib TV on CNN and stuff. I was flipping through it, and,
Lib TV.
I heard that seriously, I heard that the kids were actually on the campus of USC and some other places saying that, you know, their mothers were accused. One paid, I think, Felicity Huffman $15,000 to get her kid in. The other one $35,000. And the kid says, "We absolutely had no idea what was going on. We were not aware of this."
Well, some of these guys were paying $300,000, and I will say, if you're stupid enough to choose USC as the school that you choose to buy your way into, you're probably pretty damn stupid. But having said that, I think they knew, and the reality is, look, I was 17 when I went off to college, but that was a different era. They don't let kids start school as early. I think kids these days are all 18 when they enter. These kids knew what was going on. I think it's a bunch of crap that these kids are getting a free pass, and we're only focusing on the parents.
That's right. And some of the other kids that even came out that said, "This is terrible for us." They might have cost a legitimate student an opportunity. You know, they took a seat that didn't belong to them.
Yeah, I totally get it. I was looking through the the accused. It's only about 50 people so far, and a lot of those are husband and wives. This guy that orchestrated it, who I didn't realize yesterday, but the guy who's the mastermind of this, he flipped and he turned on all of his customers. He was a cooperator with the government. So can you imagine? Not only does this guy orchestrate this entire thing, but then the feds get to him first, and he flips on all the people that are his customers, which is kind of a twisted thought if you think about it. But I saw one of his customers was a lawyer who won the award of America's Top Deal Maker for 2018. How priceless is that?
Oh my gosh! But I sure hope there's no impact to our betting on this. I mean, do you think it's going to affect any of the sports that are bettable?
No. Unless,
quick question.
Unless you factored into trying to beat some of these stupid kids out of their parents' money, that might not be available at this point. But other than that, I'd say no.
Brian,
go ahead. Rick.
I have a question for you, Brian. And I was talking about this with someone earlier today. So they spent $300,000 to buy their way into USC, right? USC's tuition per year is what, maybe $50,000 a year? It's crazy expensive,
More.
right? Do you think higher? Okay, so do you think when they spend that $300,000 to get them in, they actually get a full scholarship for that? So they're actually not even paying the tuition? No, you think they're still paying the full tuition on top of the $300,000? Okay.
Well,
all right.
It was the most ridiculous deal ever concocted. I mean, I just can't imagine. Like, I would think if you knocked on the door of USC and said, "Hey, let me donate $100,000," they're going to be like, well,
really, Brian. Hang on, because Brian, you're. I think you're having some audio trouble. You sound like you're in, those reporters in Baghdad. But Brian, wait, hold it up. He's going to be really pissed off when he comes back and knows that he's got to repeat everything he said. He's angry enough.
He can't even hear us. He can't hear us. He's completely has no audio, and we can't hear him. But for Frank, while Brian's still talking, Brian, can you hear us? Probably not, right?
Yeah.
While Brian's still talking, I'm just going to add something really quick. I think they're doing backflips right now with the Geber household. It looks like Liverpool just scored to go 1-0 on Bayern Munich in the second leg. So they're actually up now 1-0 in the aggregate, and they've scored an away goal. So now Bayern Munich must score 2 goals for them to advance.
Speaking of this,
to him about that.
Speaking of this, we actually got a message in from Billy Donlin just about these one of these things. And I was hoping a goal would happen relatively soon so we can bring this up. Billy Donlin writes, "Will there ever be a goal in either of these two Champions League games?" He wrote that in about 14 minutes ago, and the answer to that, Billy Donlin, is yes. Yes, there has in fact been a goal.
Hallelujah! A goal. In
Quit feeding these clowns, Billy. Quit it, okay?
Okay.
I'm about to get angry. We've had enough. All right.
But Rick, look at how excited these guys are that there's an actual score in the game. They're like, this is unbelievable.
That's
There's an
enough,
actual
Frank.
score.
That's enough. All right, that's enough.
No, but seriously, I was talking to Andrew about this Liverpool Bayern Munich game, and actually, I really like to bet the draw in this game because I believe Bayern Munich's at home. What do you think now? I know he's a Liverpool homer, but seriously, Andrew, who do you think is the better squad here?
Well, that's a really tough question to answer. You'll get a better answer to this. I believe 6 p.m. Pacific. What is that? 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern time when Nick Gieber goes on the air with Nick Webster. More details on that on our Facebook page and
but he's
YouTube.
Another Liverpool homer. Come on.
Well, Nick Webster also chimes in, and he's not a Liverpool homer, as a matter of fact. So it's definitely relatively balanced. But if you want my opinion on it, I think Bayern Munich have more depth. I think that's the big difference. And Bayern Munich, they both play different styles. Historically, Bayern Munich have been a much better team in the Champions League. So it's kind of hard to predict this one. If I'm being honest, I'm just hoping Liverpool comes out with a win. So.
Yeah, but I'd like I like to draw in this game. Having Liverpool up 1-0, Bayern Munich at home, I think it's set up pretty good for a nice 1-1 draw here. You agree with that one, Rick?
Well, the problem is because they finished 0-0 in Liverpool, so now Liverpool's just scored an away goal. They can't go into extra time. So at this point, Bayern Munich needs to score 2 goals to advance. So they're going to be just on an attack mode the rest of the game.
Yeah,
which will probably lead to some counters as well. So I think there's probably going to be a couple more goals in this game.
Rick's making a very good point.
Experience.
It's when you have to overcome that away goal rule, you're going to have to throw everything everything in the kitchen sink at them. So I'm expecting this to either remain at a pretty low goal total, or I'm expecting this to shoot up a little bit. I'm expecting this to become kind of a goal fest. So
like a goal fest is 2-1.
No, like 3, 4 goals, 5 goals in the whole match. But that's definitely a long shot kind of thing. I'm just expecting Bayern Munich to really push really, really hard. And my conservative estimate would be 2-0 Liverpool. Bayern Munich throws a lot out. Liverpool counters, Andrew, scores one more.
Do you agree with or do you favor this away goal rule that they have in these tie situations?
Yes, I think it's fine. I think it's totally fine. Because if you're playing 2 legs home and away, there's got to be something to break the tie. And if people don't really like penalties very much, right? I think it's fine. It's a lot harder to score a goal away than it is at home, and it makes goals in these tight clashes matter a lot more. So I mean, it's fine. I don't have an issue with it.
Well, kind of like now, getting back to tie situations until we get, because we had Brian on, we had a good point we wanted to make. Rick, let me ask you something on this NFL overtime. Do you agree that it should be played? Okay, we got away with that silly, like the first team to score, like the way they used to do it 5 or 8, 10 years ago. Now it's even if you get the ball first, but you score a touchdown, you win. Do you agree that the other team, regardless, should have a chance to get the ball?
I completely agree that no matter what happens, the other team should have a chance with the ball. I think it's so unfair that a coin flip very possibly determines the outcome of the game, and it happened again this year in the New England Kansas City championship game, and it's you knew that the way that game was being played, no matter who had the ball, there was at least a 50-50 and probably more like a 60 or 70% chance whoever had the ball was going to drive a touchdown, and the other team was never going to get a chance to touch it. And unfortunately for Kansas City, New England was the team who won the toss, and they got the ball and went right down the field and scored, and just like that, game over, and they never had that chance. So I'm not a huge proponent of the college overtime rule. I'd like to have both teams at the ball, but I would rather it be the NFL overtime rule, but with this fact that no matter what happens on the first drive, the other team gets the ball, whether they score a field goal or touchdown, they get the ball too, whether it's off a punt or off a score or a turnover, whatever it may be. As long as they get that ball, I think that's the only fair way to do it, because it's just too unfair at this point. We've been playing for so many years now to still have it where a coin flip very, very likely will determine the winner of the game.
You know how interesting that would be for betting, because now let's say that the team goes down there and scores a touchdown, then they kick the extra point where they don't now. So now here comes your 7 is back in play instead of that 6. And how about your totals? So now you can take a game let's say you have under 44 and a half, and it goes into overtime 14-14. Next thing you know, it's 21-21. You know what I mean? Because they can actually get up to 20 points in overtime.
Yeah, I guess right. If you use these rules factored in with a touchdown, you get the ball back correct. Yep.
Boy, it sure would be fun. But we got the little timeout music where we got to go. When we come back, folks, it's Talk You Can Bet On, 5th Street Sports. We're going to have hopefully a play from Joey Casano, Daniel Wages, Florida Rick, Oklahoma Brian, and myself. Back in just a small break.
My neighbors always ask me, hey Pete, how do you keep your yard so nice?
Pete makes it simple with a Scott's Turf Builder feeding program. It's the best way to get the yard you want all year long, guaranteed. All it takes is 4 easy feedings. Just once in early spring, late spring, summer, and fall. Providing nutrition and weed control to keep your lawn lush and green.
So, now you know my secret.
This is a Scott's Yard. Pick up a Scott's Turf Builder program today.
Hey, it's Mom. Somebody forgot to thaw the chicken, so meet us at Chili's for 3 for $10. Oh, and congratulate your sister on her report card. It's not great, but this time she didn't try to hide it from us. Oh, and remember, tonight's your dad's goatee intervention. Love you. See you at Chili's.
Come in now for Chili's 3 for $10. Starter, entree, and drink for just $10. With entrees like hand-battered chicken crispers, and for a limited time, our mouth-watering sirloin steak topped with garlic butter. Together, we Chili's. Available at participating locations only.
I'm Nick Ebram. I like to have a nice smooth shave. I do have a goatee. I like to make sure the skin around it is nice and smooth. And when you're using one of those disposable razors, you never know what you're going to get. You don't get a great shave. I tell you, I have found the solution to my shaving issues with Harry's razors. Non-slip, comfortable handle. I think these are absolutely the best. Right now, you can get a $13 value trial set. Comes with everything you need for a close, comfortable shave. Weighted ergonomic handle, a 5-blade razor with a lubricating strip, a rich lathering shave gel, a travel blade cover. You can get a $13 value trial set right now. Go to harrys.com/World Soccer. Go right now, harrys.com/World Soccer. Redeem your offer right now and let them know that I, Nick Ebers, sent you. harrys.com/World Soccer to go get your Harry's razors.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip, or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
All right, folks, this is 5th Street Sports Talk You Can Bet On. This is the segment that you wait for. Hopefully, we've had a choppy kind of days. Yesterday, NBA was bad. We had, Rick, we're a little off on the Bulls. What do we have? The Bulls and the...
Bulls and Clippers.
Bulls and Clippers.
Bulls and
little,
Clippers.
Little off today.
And,
Hey,
yeah, but remember I suggested, I said make these
Right.
small plays. I didn't like really any of the schedule, so normally I wouldn't have even chosen those games, but I said make them small, if anything, just because I thought that was a bad betting day in the NBA.
Exactly. We lost Brian, but he did send in. He likes something really good today. He sent in, from Brian. He likes Montana State -12. Montana State -12 is from Oklahoma. Brian, I got nothing in so far from Joey Casano at joeycasano.com. Hopefully Daniel Wages comes in. That guy's awesome. And well, Rick, I guess from here,
I got a little bit of bad news on that Montana State game. I believe it already started. I think it just started, tipped off about 5-10 minutes ago. So unless you guys have books that leave games on the board for about 10 minutes, I don't think you're gonna be able to get this one in.
Damn,
but
okay, sorry about that, folks.
Unfortunately, I don't think Brian realized it started so early, or else he would have just given it out, like in the first or second segments, if he knew it was such an early start. But that's what happens in these conference tournament games. They're all throughout the day and night, so you have games starting as early as 8:30 Pacific and all the way up until midnight Eastern. So looks like it's a good thing he didn't get it in on time, because early on it's already 10-2 Idaho. So Montana State is a 12-point favorite. It is already up 8 at the first television timeout. So good thing you missed it. But talking about one point I want to make before we get into any kind of picks. I was going to bring this up when Brian was getting angry, because I was going to tell him something that made me angry, which I'm sure would have, in fact, made him angry. And that is, I was just watching the end of the Virginia Tech Miami game, which just ended about 15 minutes ago. Miami's down 15. They get the ball back with like 25 seconds left. And you know what they did? They do it now. It's like the new fashionable thing to do now in college basketball. They get the ball and they just start dribbling. They just keep dribbling. They just dribble the clock out. The way I see it, it didn't affect me. It did affect people who had second half bets on the game. But if you're losing, you haven't earned the right to dribble out a clock like that. That should just be something that's special for the victors. And just to see it just really bothers me. It's affected us numerous times over the years, but it just irritates me and bugs me when teams do that. Like, how are you able to dribble out the clock when you're losing the game? You want to get as many shots up as you could, and yes, you're not going to come back and win, but at least make it a little bit more respectable. And just sit there and dribble out the clock is just, I don't know, it just reeks of like a losing team, losing program.
Right.
So that's something that really irritates me. I wanted to get Brian angry about that, but unfortunately we lost.
Now let me ask you, Rick, that shot could it or would it or did it affect the second half total or side?
Yeah, it would have affected the second half side if you had played it, because I believe Virginia Tech, they lost the game by 15, and I believe Virginia Tech was up by, let me tell you, Virginia Tech was up by 17 at the half, and I think the second half line was like Miami, I want to say Miami -1.5, -2, so it would have been right around the number. So, if you had Miami, depending on the line, you may have already won your bet, but if not, you pushed and there was no reason. You should have at least had a shot to win your bet. But so many times that happens where it never happens in a 4 or 5 point game, but it happens all the time in games 8 to 20 points, and so many of those times it affects the spread, and teams just consistently do it. And I don't think it's a sportsmanship thing. I think you play the 40 minutes, and if you're down, if you're winning, sure, you've earned the right to dribble it out and start shaking hands on the floor. But if you're losing, you should be upset. You should be angry. You want to get as many points as you could, get as many shots as you could, and it's just something that's really bothered me. And I noticed it right happening right now as we were talking about things to get Bry upset, and I was going to bring that up, but like I said, too bad we lost Bry, so we couldn't get him even more upset than he already was.
Right.
But I figured I'd just bring that up. So next time he's on, we'll get him on and talk about it and see what he says.
You know what I was thinking about, Rick? In the next 3 weeks, I really want us to work hard on our website at fifthstreetsports.com. Because, this game's starting at hopefully, I'm glad we didn't get this one in, but this game's starting at weird times. Baseball's coming up. They start at weird times many, many days. When we get this fifthstreetsports.com up, our website, we're going to have all of our picks up for free from all of us throughout the day, give you somewhere to go to, interesting articles. We're going to chart our stuff, gaming tutorials. I really want to do this because we would have had these games up, and our weekend games, we don't even get a chance to get them up. And we're going to have writers. Maybe I can get Joey Casano to start writing in Daniel Wages as a writer with his own articles. all kinds of stuff. I want to make it a super interesting site for everybody to go to, because we're only here 1 to 2 o'clock Pacific, Monday through Friday, and I know our listeners and our audience, they miss a lot of our great stuff because we have a lot of great weeks and we're not able to share at least 30 or 40% of the stuff, with our audience. But
I know. I always thought about that too, especially on weekends when there's so many games that we're all talking amongst ourselves, but we don't get to give it out to our listening and viewing audience. And I would love to be able to get more plays on weekends.
Hey,
And yeah, we should
speaking
absolutely
of
start
this,
doing that.
your hat just triggered something that I wanted to ask you earlier. I watched the Clemson NC State game today. Clemson was hammering them early, and NC State actually came back and won by 1. Do you think that Clemson is done in the big tournament?
Yeah, to the winner of that game is still on the bubble. So NC State now plays Virginia tomorrow. Of course, if NC State wins that game, without a doubt, they're in. If they lose that game, they're right in the bubble of last four out. I don't know if they're going to get in or not, but Clemson, that they have no shot anymore. Yeah, they blew that 20-point lead, and there's no way they're going to make it. So they're definitely on IT bound at this point, and it's a shame. But yeah, I mean, to blow that big a lead, in the second half against NC State,
yeah,
that's just a tough way for your season to end, and it's too bad. But I think when all said and done, NC State will get in just because the tourney always favors the ACC more than any other conference. So bubble teams in the ACC get in, I think, with a higher percentage than any other bubble teams from any other conference.
Yep, I agree. Another thing too. Remember how yesterday we were debating whether there would be 6, 7, or 8 teams from the Big 12 making it in? I believe just a small thing like St. Mary's knocking off Gonzaga and now making the tournament, that could affect you because that's another at large. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, without a doubt. St. Mary's getting in. They knocked someone out, off the bubble and into the first 4 out. So we don't know who that is yet. We'll find out, on selection Sunday. But yeah, because St. Mary's was not going to get in unless they won that game. They were a bubble team, but from everything I had read and I had seen, there was no way they were making it. Even if they had taken Gonzaga to overtime, lost by a point at the buzzer, they still wouldn't have made it. So someone else is out that would have gotten in. And, it's going to be, I don't think it'll be Clemson because I think Clemson would, the loser of that game was out anyway, but there's going to be teams, someone who's affected by that. So we'll see on Sunday, like I said. But we still have a great tournament, conference tournament games going on for the rest of the day. And then, Thursday and Friday, the next 2 days are 2 of the funnest days of the year, actually. You have full slate of conference tournament games all afternoon, all night. It's almost better than next Thursday and next Friday, the first 2 days of the NCAA tournament, because there you only have 8 games. 16 games each day. Tomorrow and Friday, you're going to have a lot more than that. And a lot more, you'll have like 5 games, I think, going on at the 12 to 1 o'clock Eastern hour. There are 5 games going on, between 2 and 3. So yeah, it's a really fun day. And it was like back in the day, you'd always want to miss school, when you're younger, to be home on this Thursday and Friday, see all the conference tournament games.
Absolutely. I can't wait. I hope you got something on. Hey, you guys, we got breaking news. Breaking news right now. All right, this is really important. We have a new person that we have been doing a lot of charting and spying on. This is breaking news from the Cooler. The Cooler has called in. We have a player that is worse than America's Worst Bettor, and we have named him the Cooler. This guy's the absolute worst. He bet 5,000 on Hillary in the presidential. He thought he was stealing. I haven't seen him ever win on anything, and now he is finally coming in, and he's going to be calling in with some of his best bets that we massively fade. And the Cooler loves 766 UC Irvine minus 14.5. So with that being said, folks, you know what we got to do? We got to fade that. So now, Rick, I hope you got something on this game because I'm looking at the NBA. And there's a huge game on the chart tonight. So what do you got for us in the NBA?
Okay, just really quickly before I get to the NBA, the Coolers game, he must really like UC Irvine a lot because that game is tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern. He's putting it in today. So
yeah,
that makes it even that much stronger that he wants to get in early. Like laying 14.5 in a conference tournament game, like the line's really going to move up. So yeah, good job, Cooler. So I guess that means for us to pound Fullerton.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
But in terms of my NBA tonight, there's a couple of games that I really like, and I'm going to start off with the game 553, and that's Brooklyn Nets plus 7.5 at Oklahoma City. We have two teams here who are, in the playoffs, just vying for seeding. Brooklyn right now is the 6th seed in the East, but them and Detroit are fighting out for that 6-7 seed. So they want to do everything they can to avoid playing Milwaukee and Toronto in the first round. OKC is in position right now. They're tied for the 4th spot in the West. They can end up anywhere from the 3rd seed to the 8th seed. The West is that close. So I just think this is going to be played kind of with the playoff intensity. I like getting a lot of points here. I don't think OKC is that much better than Brooklyn, and I think Russell Westbrook at any point can explode like he did the other night. His temper, not explode for points, but I just like Brooklyn getting a lot of points here, 7.5 in a nationally televised game. Early start time for OKC too should probably come out a little bit sleepy. So home teams usually do. It's a 6 o'clock local start for national TV. So I just think all the factors point to Brooklyn here being a good play, getting the 7.5, and maybe a tad like a quarter unit play money line plus 260. And the other game, which I think you're talking about, was that Golden State Houston game.
Yeah.
And Houston's a 3.5 point favorite at home. Golden State, as we know, has all these problems, and now Kevin Durant's out too. So this line just seems way too low. It seems because the Golden State name is out there, they're automatically getting less points than they should be if they were wearing a different uniform. I think this line should be closer to 5.5. I really like Houston here at home. It's a 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 local start, so a little bit later. I think it favors them that much more. Crowd will have more time for drinking and being that much louder. And I think Houston puts a pummeling on them. I don't think Golden State. I don't think they're going to come back after that Phoenix loss the other night. I know it's their first game back, but I'm sure they've had a stern talking to by Kerr and other coaches. But without Durant, they're gonna really struggle. And the answer is going to be Curry and Thompson, and I'm just not sure those guys are going to be glued to by Houston's defense, and it's going to be left up to people like Draymond Green and Cousins and Iguodala to do the scoring. And I don't see how they're going to cover this 3.5. I really don't. So I like Houston a lot here in this game. I think Golden State's getting respect just by being Golden State.
Houston and Brooklyn. We only got a minute in this, about 35 seconds in this segment, then the final one. Do you want to start off with any college?
Yeah, I have a few college plays. I'll give my first one real quick right now. That's a team that we both like all year long. It's their first game in the conference tournament. It's game 648 Rutgers, getting +1 tonight against Nebraska at home. At home, it's in the Big East tournament or the Big Ten tournament, but I think Rutgers wins this game outright and is the better team here.
There you go, folks. Rutgers. We'll be back. Folks, we got to take a timeout. When we come back, Rick is going to finish off his college plays, and we'll review really quickly his NBA, his college. Brian started. We can't use that one. So we got to take a break. And when we come back, stay tuned. We're going to have a little bit more of Florida Rick's plays.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631. Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan. If eligible, receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits with low or no out-of-pocket cost. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier drug and alcohol treatment referral service operating 24/7. We help connect you with facilities nationwide that accepts PPO private health insurance for substance abuse. If you have PPO substance abuse coverage and you need immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center, call us now. Call our live referral helpline today. The call is free. This program is not available to Medicare or Medicaid customers.
Call 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. That's 800-296-1252.
Folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. I have Florida Rick with us, and he is going to finish off. He's given out 2 MBAs and 1 college. Rick, what else you got over here? We only got a few minutes on this one.
Yeah, I have two more college plays, and that's it for the day. My next college play is game 641, Cal, the +10 or +10.5, playing Colorado in the Pac-12 tournament over there in Vegas. Cal's been playing great. They were horrible this whole year, but the last couple of games, they beat Washington, who's the top team of the Pac-12. They destroyed Stanford, and now they're playing the first Pac-12 tournament game. I think that's a lot of points to be giving in the first round here, so I like Cal getting the 10 or 10.5. And my last game, I like game 653, DePaul +5 against St. John's. I don't see much of a drop off these teams. To me, they're even. So getting 5 points in what I consider a pick'em game just is way too many. So 653, DePaul +5.
+5. Hey, did we get anything in, Andrew, from Daniel Wages?
Yes, we did. It's straight off our YouTube live chat. This comes courtesy of Daniel Wages, and he gave us a pick. It is Mizzou -3.5.
So there you go, Missouri -3.5. All right, so let's recap this really quickly. We got the Cooler came in on 766, UC Irvine -14.5. We go the other way on that tomorrow. Here we go with Florida Rick, 553, Brooklyn Nets +7.5, 556, Houston -3.5 over Golden State. Rutgers +1, 641, Cal +10.5, 653, DePaul +5. And Daniel Wages, Missouri -3.5. Does that check with you, Rick?
Yeah, it sure does. And while we're talking about soccer over here, it looks like I have bad news. It looks like Bayern Munich scored a late own goal at the end of the first half, so it's 1-1. They had crazy second half of soccer over there in that game.
So it's 1-1 at the half?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow,
so the winner of the game now advances, or a tie is. Your draw could be looking good, but there should be a lot more goals, I think, in this game.
What do you mean, like a lot more? Like 1?
Probably 2.
Oh, okay. Folks, we're hearing the music. Thank you. We appreciate you. Fifth Street Sports. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. We appreciate you. We thank you for listening and watching us.